Hey, good morning, everybody. My name is Justin, and I am one of the pastors here at One Life. And today we're finishing up our conversation about faith in an anxious world. And throughout this series, I've been inviting some of my friends who are professionals in the area of helping us respond to our anxiety, professional counselors, therapists, and even family doctors. And so this morning, I have my friend Megan with me, and Megan and I have known each other for quite some time, and I am so proud of what God is doing in her and through her. And so, Megan, thank you so much for being here with us. Megan, can you tell us a little bit about yourself? You're married, correct?
Yes, married to Chris Barron, who you've also known for quite a while. So Chris and I met at UNC Charlotte at Impact, the college ministry that Justin started. And we just welcomed our first baby, a little baby boy, Elliot Barron. He came on January 1st. So it's got a pretty cool birthday.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, very cool. And he is a cutie. And
Thank you. He's a
yeah.
chunkster.
So those are the best.
Yeah.
So what do you do during the day? What do you do for a living?
Yeah, so I am a licensed professional counselor, mental health counselor. I work at Carolina's Counseling Group. It's a private practice, and I mainly see adolescent girls and kids, boys and girls, ages like basically four and up.
Okay.
And yeah, and then I do play therapy. I do talk therapy. I let girls cry on my couch. I help people process emotions. So I love what I do.
That's awesome. So, so today, I'm excited that you're joining us because just this past week we hosted a webinar that was titled "How do you talk to your kids about COVID-19?" And so this really goes along with that theme of speaking to our kids, talking to our kids, leading our kids, and helping them learn how to articulate their inner emotions and their inner experience. So a kid walks into your office, sits down on your couch. They say the world feels like it's spinning out of control. Where do you start with them? What is your first suggestion whenever they sit down on your couch?
Yeah, good question. Honestly, first I say me too. I like to be pretty personal with my clients and not super in depth, but I like to align with them and let them know that, hey, I'm human and I experience that. I think that's especially important with kids and with teens. They need to know that what they're feeling, they're not alone in it, because they kind of see mom and dad or adults as heroes who do no wrong and are perfect. And they kind of need someone to level with them and be like, yeah, no, we all feel that. But then I ask them to explain to me what that means. So help me enter their world. Yeah, maybe I have anxiety too, but the way I experience, not the way that you experience it. And kids and teens need their own space to express that. Sometimes as adults, I think we can use our own words for them, and we need to give them a space to say, you know what you're describing is valid. Your experience is valid. Can you explain to me how you experience anxiety? That's going to be a little different with a kid or a teen. A kid, I might ask them more where they feel it in their body. Well, I feel it in my heart. It beats fast. I feel it in my tummy. I get upset. Or they can give it a color even, like, well, red because I feel hot, or blue because I feel sad. So.
Man, that's so good. That is so good. It's amazing that we can help our children learn how to articulate their inner experience. And they may not use the same words as we do, but they can describe it. I also love that you said that we start with also being vulnerable. Like, just, hey, I'm here with you and you're not all alone. In light of that, I want to ask you, during this series, we have been saying that this isn't just a me issue. This is all of us. We're all in the same boat. We're all in the same unsteady boat. Anxiety is something that we will all experience at some time. So as a therapist, where do you experience anxiety in your personal life?
Yeah. So I've probably experienced it off and on throughout life, but for me, the most recent, the most prevalent, and what I'm even currently working through is being a new mom. So I brought my baby boy home, a couple days after being born, and my whole family's sitting around me really excited, and I just start like falling and unraveling on the couch. And I don't think I'd ever experienced probably anxiety like that before. It felt pretty intense. It felt really physical. And it really got to the point for me that it really started affecting my day to day. And so I did have to take the step to talk to my doctor, my OB, and say, hey, this is what's going on. And she even helped prescribe me some medicine to kind of help balance things out. And at first I felt really ashamed about that. I'm sure in your series you've talked about, trying to break the shame of struggling with anxiety and struggling with what we're feeling. And I felt some shame because I'm a therapist. I shouldn't feel that way, shouldn't.
Yeah.
But I do because I'm human. And so I have to also break that stigma. If I want my clients to be vulnerable, if we want our kids to be vulnerable, we have to be vulnerable.
That's good. Wow. Thank you for being courageous and for sharing that part of your story. I think that helps all of us to know that we're not alone. Also, your experience with going to your doctor and saying, I can't get a handle on this. And man, we should all over ourselves often. But that shame is not from God. The shoulding is not from God.
Right.
And so he's looking to give us life and more life and freedom. So thank you for leading us by example.
Of course.
I would love for you to lead us, to leave us with an encouraging word as we continue having the conversation about anxiety with our families, with our kids, as we continue to wrestle with it and learn how to respond to it in a healthy way. How could you encourage us this morning?
Yeah, I encourage you guys to check in with yourself. I think that's one of the most important things. I talk about that with my kids and with my teens. Hey, throughout the day, take some time to pause and say, you know what? How am I feeling? What is going on in my heart? What's going on in my brain? Like, what's my body doing? Especially during this time that we're in, this season that we're in right now in our world, I think it's even more important. But then the next step to that is not to judge yourself for it. So, hey, I'm feeling anxious. Hey, I'm feeling scared. Hey, I'm feeling depressed. Hey, I'm feeling blank, whatever. That emotion is valid. Let's not judge ourselves for that because that just adds to the shame. And then practice a way of releasing it. Once we've acknowledged it, okay, how can I process? How can I work through this? Doesn't mean it goes away immediately, but maybe I need to go on a walk. Maybe I need to pray. Maybe I need to listen to worship music. Maybe I need to journal.
Yeah.
So I just encourage people to check in and to not judge yourself for what you're feeling. And then for parents to ask their kids, hey, how are you feeling today?
Yeah.
Hey,
Yes.
what's going on in your head? What's going on in your heart? Maybe that's around dinner. Maybe that's at bedtime. Maybe that's just randomly throughout the day. But hey, what's going on? What's going on with you? Hey, here's how I'm feeling today. I wonder what you might be feeling.
Very good. Thank you so much.
Of
Thank you
course.
for sharing. Thanks for being with us
Yeah.
this morning. Right now, we're going to transition, and Jess Patton, my friend Jess, is here to preach the word, and she's going to walk us through Philippians chapter 4, verses 4-8. And so why don't we give Jess a big round of applause and welcome her to the stage, and let's turn our ear to her and listen to what God has for us this morning. Thank you so much, Megan, for joining us.
Yep. Thanks.